Howdy folks, Howie here. Another sketchbook. This is a second sketchbook I got. Now this was a mistake. It's not it says sketch pad, but it's a tracing pad. It's tracing paper that's in here. Not really drawing paper. But that other book was getting full. I ran into an art store when I realized I needed something better. So what was happening was people were just signing or not really doing much of a thing. I realized it's because there's no paper. There's no room left. I mean, I basically, if someone was just autographing, they would grab that first book. If they wanted to draw something, they'd grab this book, was my idea. And I'd show them both books and say, sign wherever you want. Anyways, this is kind of fun because I ran into Jeff Smith. And he did this to me. Jeff Smith. If you know Jeff Smith, he did Bone. It's a pretty well-known comic in the style of Pogo. It's supposedly good. I've got a copy of Bone #1, the first trade paperback of Bone #1. Eventually going to read that and talk about it. I've wanted to for a long time. It's a semi-political book that's written towards, not towards kids, but so that kids can read it and enjoy it. And he was a fan of Pogo. So anyways, after he had written it and he somehow skipped a page. So I ran into Eric Larson and he saw that it was tracing paper, and he's a jokester and fun. And he wrote, traced over Bone, added a savage dragon fin and a gun, and said, "You're under arrest, scumbag." Eric, 96. I thought that was funny because that's Eric. He's a really funny guy, really silly. I always like him. He's just a big goofball, and I don't know who this artist is offhand. I don't know, but that's that. This is doing something. That was weird. Okay, not much. Oh, well, that's a big name. That's Joe Jusko. He's up there almost with Frank Frazetta. He's also an artist that does paintings in the fantasy realm. No Frank Frazetta, but big deal. Another big deal, Amanda Connor. I've talked about her when I've talked about Harley Quinn. I love her. And she did a little Elvira, or quite a ways, Vampirella. I like her. She's really a good artist, really funny. Did some Power Girl stuff and all that. And another Vampirella by someone whom I don't know. See a skip page. It's a lot of time, and you can see barely. You can maybe see it. I can see it. The next one is Radioactive Man. By Bill. He is the writer of the Radioactive Man comic book, or the artist, and I don't remember his name. Yeah, that's by the artist of Radioactive Man, the comic book. That's a Simpsons character, of course, and he had his own. Radioactive Man was always the comic book Bart wanted, and there was a comic named Radioactive Man. They made, because of the thing, I do not know this one offhand, in a Batman artist, obviously, or writer, because he just kind of did a half-half. I'm drawing a blank on that. I don't know who did that little guy. Oh well, can't know them all. Oh, here's one of my favorites. I've mentioned this before. He is passed away, and he was in my Batman artists video from a long time ago. Recommended? Maybe I'll put that in. I don't know. Norm Brayfoggle. He was one of my top Batman artists, and he did that. The nicest guys. So there's a few that are really okay, normal guys. There's like one or two asses, and a few just super nice. Norm was one of the super nice guys. Dick Ayers. Now, oh my goodness, I know that name, and I'm drawing a blank. I know him, Dick Ayers. I'm going to draw the blank right now. And here's someone else who did Savage Dragon, but I forget the guy's name. And that was the book. So he did a book called Spicy, and that's Jim, or Rascals in Paradise Spice. I don't know for sure. I can't say for sure. I don't. He was another unknown. Never became anything, but he did this, and it's kind of cool. I think the next one's kind of a big. Yeah, that's not small. That's not small at all. He's kind of famous. This is Batman. And guy who drew it is Bruce Timm. You might know the name Bruce Timm, but he, along with Paul Dini, created Batman the Animated Series. Paul Dini was basically the writer. Bruce Timm was basically the art director, artist. He invented all the looks. And together they also drew and wrote. So that's Bruce Timm. To me, that's a big deal. I don't know if you know who he is, but yeah, that's why this book is, even though it's a crappy book and I stopped using it after a while, it's got some names in here that you might know. Like this. Now, I am not positive that that can't be Clive Barker. You know what? I'm going to look up his autograph at the end and tell you if that's Clive Barker for sure. He would have been at a convention. He wasn't that big of a name in '96. I mean, he was a big name, but not that big. I'm going to look that up. It might be a nobody. It might be Clive. I'm going to look up Clive Barker's autograph after this. And really, that's it. Not a lot in there, but Bruce Timm. To me, that's super big. Okay, this might be a shorter one, but let's do this real fast. Clive Barker's autograph. Let's do this real fast. And we'll see if I have something here that is a bigger surprise to me than I thought. Well, where was it? It was at the top. I really gotta scroll down. Okay. Every time I set this down, it does that on me. It's scrolling the screen on me, but, well, yeah. There's him. There's him. There's him. I didn't realize I had Clive Barker. That's kind of cool. Wow. Shorter video, because this isn't much of a book. We'll get to a book that's actually really good next time. But there we go. To me, Bruce Timm, Clive Barker, Jeff Smith. Wow. To me, that's a wow. I didn't even realize I had Clive in there. So, anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. This is a short one, but I hope you enjoyed still.